BTS news today. The entertainment world is again shocked by big news coming from two mega-popular stars from South Korea, Jimin and Jikook from BTS. In an unforgettable moment, both surprisingly appeared before the public and confirmed their relationship as a couple. This news immediately shook the virtual world, with the hashtags #Jikook and #JikookIsReal, which topped trending topics in various countries in a short time. But what makes this moment so much more touching than just a romantic confession is the way they comfort each other in the midst of the stress and emotions that color the big day. Since the beginning of BTS, the interaction between Jimin and Jikook has always attracted attention. Their chemistry on stage and behind the scenes is often the subject of fan talk. Many say that the two have a deep emotional bond, but not a few consider it all just a professional closeness or friendship between group members. However, all those speculations were now answered when they appeared together at a prestigious charity event in Seoul and directly announced that they were not only best friends, but also a couple. The event, held at a luxury hotel in the heart of the city, initially took place quietly. BTS was present as guests of honor and supporters of charity activities aimed at helping children affected by natural disasters. After delivering a touching speech from RM as leader, the audience's attention began to be directed to Jimin and Jikook, who seemed to be sitting close together with their hands clasping each other tightly. As if the world only belonged to the two of them, a few keen camera eyes captured those small but meaningful interactions. Jimin was occasionally seen looking at Jikook with a soft look, while Jikook did not stop smiling, as if trying to give peace to the person next to him. The atmosphere began to turn emotional when one of the children of the victims of the disaster told about the loss of his parents. At that moment, Jimin's eyes began to glaze over. He held Jikook's hand tighter, and in an instant, Jikook pulled Jimin's body into his arms, giving him a warm hug in front of the guests, the media, and the millions of viewers who watched the live broadcast. The hug is not only a symbol of love, but also a real form of deep emotional support. The world fell silent, as if all realized that there was something greater than it seemed. In that moment of silence, Jikook raised the microphone and in a trembling voice said, "There is one thing we have kept for a long time, and today it feels like the right time to say it. We love each other, and we want to walk together on this path of life, not just as members of a group, but as two people who support each other in joys and sorrows." Tears broke out in the room. Jimin, who had previously tried to restrain his emotions, could no longer hide his tears. He looked at Jikook and said in a low but clear voice, "You're always there when I fall. You are my strength. And I know, although many may not understand, as long as we trust each other, we can get through everything." It didn't take long. Reactions from fans flooded social media. The majority of the army gave their full support, with many of them writing messages of love and hope that the two could live their relationship happily. Some even admitted to crying watching the moment, full of honesty and courage. The reaction from the media was no less frenzied. Major newspapers such as the Korea Herald, Dispatch, and Naver News gave the special spotlight, calling Jikook's admission one of the most audacious events in K-pop history that usually keeps idols' private affairs tight. However, not all reactions went smoothly. There are also those who doubt their sincerity, considering this a gimmick or a promotional strategy. But fans who have followed Jikook's journey for years strongly denied the speculation. They show evidence of long-established emotional closeness and are shown in various BTS official documentation such as BTS Run, Bon Voyage, to to backstage moments of the concert. They believe that this relationship is not something far-fetched, but rather the result of a bond that grew over more than a decade of being together. In a special interview with the media one day after the event, Jimin and Jungkook opened their hearts even deeper. Jimin revealed how difficult it was to live in the shadows of fame and public expectations, as well as how Jungkook became the only place he could cry without fear of being judged. He told me about those restless nights when the pressure of the industry was on, and how Jungkook always came with a warm cup of tea and a wordless hug. Jungkook, in a calm but emotional voice, said that he felt his life had become more meaningful since being able to share everything with Jimin, from the simplest things like cooking together in the dorm to talking about their biggest dreams and fears. He calls Jimin home, a place where he feels safe. The recognition not only had an impact on their personal lives, but also on BTS's group dynamics as a whole. RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, and V expressed their full support for the pair. In a written statement posted through HYB's official account, the members said that they have known about the relationship for a long time and feel proud of Jimin and Jungkook's courage to be honest with themselves and the public. The members also added that it's not just about love, but also about the freedom to love and be yourself. They hope that fans can continue to support all BTS members in every phase of their lives. Interestingly, after the announcement, many public figures from various circles expressed their support. Some new generation idols even cite Jikook's courage as an inspiration for them to be more honest with themselves. International celebrities such as Troye Sivan, Halsey, to Ellen DeGeneres upload messages of love and respect for both on social media. Meanwhile, HYB's agency gave an official statement supporting Jimin and Jungkook's decision. They affirmed that the company stands behind its artists, including in personal matters, as long as it is done with responsibility and respect. They also reminded the public to maintain the couple's privacy and make room for them to live the relationship without excessive pressure. In the midst of all the rumbling, Jimin and Jungkook choose to keep going about their days as usual. They were spotted together in a small cafe near the Han River, sitting side by side enjoying the afternoon. There is no luxury, just two people who love each other and strengthen each other, comfort each other in silence and laughter and hugs. Many ARMY refer to this as a new era for BTS, an era where honesty and courage are the main foundations. They call Jikook not just a couple, but a symbol of hope and courage. In a world full of demands and fear of judgment, Jikook's story became a lamp for many who sought the courage to love freely. Psychologists have also spoken out. They called Jikook's moment of recognition a very important form of emotional health for public figures. In a world full of hypocrisy, this kind of honesty sets a wonderful example. They stated that public support is very important so that celebrities do not feel isolated in their personal lives. Meanwhile, the LGBTQ+ community in different countries welcomed this moment with great joy. Many feel represented and claim to have gained new strength to be themselves. They hailed Jimin and Jungkook's move as a milestone in a K-pop world that has been very closed in issues of orientation and identity. However, behind all the spotlight, Jimin and Jungkook are still two ordinary human beings who live their days with love and support for each other. They're not looking for thrills, they just want to live honestly. They want to love and be loved, without the need to hide or be afraid. Now, their love story has become part of history. Not only the history of BTS or K-pop, but also the history of how two souls who love each other were able to change the way the world sees love. A love that is not perfect, but real. A love born of togetherness, loyalty, and the courage to comfort each other while the world watches.